Hello everyone and welcome to the Room of Requirement. Today I'm going to be talking about manifestation. I know it's very trendy and there's a lot of information out there, but I am going to give you some techniques that you probably haven't heard of from an esoteric standpoint. And I'm actually going to explain what is getting in your way, and it's not what you think. So I'm going to be talking about the subtle mechanics of manifestation, why manifestations fail, also the gateway to manifestation, energetic hygiene, the art of inner coherence, some reflection prompts, and 7 steps to manifest from the hidden wisdom teachings, and why these methods work. So a lot of people aren't talking about these different methods because this is like deeper teachings that are esoteric, that aren't widely known. So I hope this really helps you guys with your manifestation techniques. So let's just go ahead and dive right in. Okay, so manifestation and what blocks it, esoteric and psychological insights. So the hidden mechanics of manifestation. Manifestation is more than mere positive thinking or visualizing a desired outcome. True manifestation arises from the energetic coherence between thought, emotion, nervous system regulation, and subtle body alignment. It is a dialogue between your conscious will and the deeper currents of universal intelligence that flows through you. If your nervous system is dysregulated and you've got a lot of lack programming, that is what is stopping you. You're not doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to give you some new techniques that will really work for you, that have really worked for me through my esoteric studies over the last 25 years. Okay. So it's the dialogue between your conscious will and the deeper currents of universal intelligence that flow through you. Okay, so most people approach manifestation as a mental exercise, affirming, scripting, vision boarding, yet their energetic and nervous system remain dysregulated, fragmented, or conditioned by limiting programs. The result is that their signal to the universe is distorted. So this is what happens when your nervous system is dysregulated. Your personal dimensional space is filled with gunk, fear, frustration, desires, thought forms, all of that. So it's very, very, very important that you maintain a regulated nervous system by grounding, doing breath work, yoga, all of these different things daily are very, very important to get your nervous system regulated enough so that, for one, you can function properly, and that the information that you get from spirit, from your higher subtle bodies and higher frequencies, is not distorted, including your manifestation techniques. So the esoteric traditions teach that manifestation is vibrational matching, not wanting, but becoming the resonance of what you seek. What blocks manifestation, then, is not a lack of effort or desire, but internal incoherence. Nervous system regulation and manifestation. The energetic material bridge. Your nervous system is the physical anchor of the energetic body. In esoteric anatomy, it is the channel through which cosmic intelligence translates into physical experience. When the nervous system is dysregulated, through chronic stress, trauma, fear, or emotional repression, it sends incoherent signals into your energy field. The universe, as an intelligent field, mirrors the frequency you hold, not the words that you speak. If your body is in survival mode, your frequency communicates threat, scarcity, or insecurity. You cannot manifest abundance from a nervous system broadcasting danger. Energetic law, resonance, and permission. In subtle alchemy, manifestation requires energetic permission. Your system must feel safe enough to receive. When safety and trust are absent, the nervous system closes down the magnetic field, and the energy cannot circulate through the heart center. True manifestation happens when the parasympathetic nervous system is dominant, when the heart's rhythm synchronizes with the breath and the mind enters coherence. So here are some exercises for regulation and alignment. Sit or lie comfortably. Bring awareness to your breath. Inhale through the nose, counting to 4. Hold for 2. Exhale through the mouth for 6. As you breathe, visualize golden energy flowing through your spine, calming your nervous system. Whisper internally, "It is safe to receive." Repeat until your body begins to soften. Manifestation begins here. in the body's safety. So this is going to require a regular spiritual routine that you do to keep yourself regulated. Attachment to the outcome. This is huge. Okay, so a lot of people don't realize this. When you're trying to manifest something and you have your initial goal, a lot of people get attached to the outcome, and what I mean by that is you want to know how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, who's going to be involved, the timing. All of these things get in the way and block it. So there has to be a form of release. Okay, so in manifestation, desire is a spark, but attachment is the block. Esoteric wisdom teaches that attachment contracts the energy field. When we grip too tightly to an outcome, our field becomes dense and resistant. Manifestation requires fluidity of consciousness, the ability to release and trust the unseen mechanisms of creation. Attachment is born from fear. The fear that the universe may not deliver, or that we are unworthy to receive. The fear creates an energetic loop that keeps the desired reality just out of reach. The law of magnetic indifference. An ancient occult principle states, to attract, one must already possess. When you embody the frequency of already having it in your energetic field, and it stabilizes into resonance of that outcome. The universe recognizes coherence and mirrors it instantly. When you chase, you affirm lack. When you embody, you magnetize. Releasing the grip, the alchemy of surrender. Practice emotional detachment as a spiritual discipline. Enter into what mystics call the void state, a mental stillness in which desire, fear, and expectation dissolve. Allow creation to flow through you, not from you. A mantra that you can use is, I release the need to control how and when. My energy is enough. Conditioning and hidden programs. Subconscious architecture. Every human carries inherited patterns, psychological, ancestral, and societal. These conditionings become energetic imprints in the auric field. They are invisible architects that determine what your energy field allows or rejects. Esoterically, the subconscious is not beneath consciousness. It is the underworld of creation, the lunar realm from which all form arises. When it is filled with fear, guilt, or unworthiness, it manifests distorted reflections. Energetic conditioning examples. Religious guilt that associates desire with sin. Familiar programming that equates effort with worthiness. Cultural narratives of scarcity or limitation. Energetic residues from past experiences that were never integrated. Until these programs are brought to light, the conscious mind's affirmations are overridden by the subconscious field's vibrational no. The inner transmutation process. Identify. Notice recurring emotional patterns. These are your manifestation filters. Acknowledge. Without judgment, name the energetic emotion, fear, shame, doubt. Integrate. Bring the emotion into awareness and allow it to express fully. Recode. Replace the vibrational signature through visualization, breath, and affirmation. Esoteric schools described that this is the transmutation through light, allowing awareness, light, to dissolve shadow, dense energy. The feeling of lack stored in the nervous system. Unconscious scarcity and the body. The feeling of lack is not only a belief, it is an energetic imprint deeply embedded in the nervous system. When you grow up surrounded by scarcity, emotional, financial, or energetic, your body learns to adapt to constricting. It learns to survive on minimal flow, holding tension in the solar plexus and heart centers. This construction becomes the nervous system's normal. Even when abundance or opportunity appears, the body unconsciously resists it because receiving feels unsafe or unfamiliar. How lack mentality programs the system. Lack mentality teaches the body, there isn't enough, I have to struggle, I can't trust life, and something will always go wrong. So we have to get rid of these programs that are within our body. Each of these statements sends a signal of contraction through the vagus nerve and limbic system. keeping the body in vigilance. The energy field mirrors the contraction, collapsing around the core, literally diminishing the electromagnetic reach of the heart. Over time, the biochemical and energetic pattern becomes the default vibration. You may consciously desire abundance, but the body's baseline frequency is scarcity. Energetic and psychological symptoms. Feeling anxious when things start going well, difficulty holding money or relationships, feeling undeserving of ease, reverting to self-sabotage when progress occurs, chronic tension or heaviness in the abdomen or chest. These are not failures of willpower. They are body memories. The nervous system is replaying what it believes is safe. Reprogramming the frequency of lack. Somatic awareness. When you feel scarcity and the thoughts arise, notice where your body tightens. Bring breath and warmth there. Energetic repattering. Visualize expanding light from your heart center, commanding, "There is enough, and I am safe to receive." Pleasure practice. Engage in simple acts that signal abundance to the body. Eating slowly, sunbathing, resting without guilt. This retrains the nervous system to feel safe and ease. Repetition and regulation. Affirmations only work when the body is calm. Speak new beliefs after regulation practices, not during stress. When the nervous system learns that abundance feels safe, the magnetic field opens again and manifestation accelerates naturally. The subtle mechanics of manifestation. The three forces of creation. In occult philosophy, all manifestation arises from the interaction of three forces: intention, which is on the mental plane; emotion, which is on the astral plane; action, or alignment, which is on the physical plane. So everything that we're trying to manifest always happens in the etheric plane or astral plane first. There are 7 layers to our subtle body, and we are constantly interacting with these all of the time. So when we're trying to manifest something into the physical realm, we are working on one of these 7 levels to bring it down into physical reality. And this is what this is getting at. So when these 3 are in harmony, the current flows freely through all planes, crystallizing thought into matter. If one plane is incoherent, for example, if emotion contradicts thought, the current breaks. The break is the unseen reason why affirmations often fail. The hidden layer, electromagnetic coherence. Your heart generates the strongest electromagnetic field in the body. When emotion, the heart, and thought, the mind, synchronize, the auric field expands and aligns the universal flow. Manifestation, therefore, is not mental. It is bioelectric. The ancients called this vital magnetism. To strengthen it, practice gratitude not as a concept, but as a feeling frequency. Visualize your heart as a radiant sphere magnetizing your desire effortlessly. Align your will with your soul's blueprint, not your ego's cravings. Sorry guys, my kitty wants to get involved. Okay, esoteric secrets, why some manifestations fail. Okay, so karmic timing. Some desires are premature. The energy required for their embodiment has not yet matured in your timeline. Soul misdirection. The desire may serve the personality, but not the higher self. Manifestation at odds with soul purpose causes energetic interference. Fragmented energy field. Unresolved emotional trauma fractures the auric field, dispersing focus and weakening magnetism. Energetic overcrowding. Too many conflicting desires create cross currents. The field cannot sustain multiple divergent frequencies. So you have to be very clear on what you want, and it can't be vague, and you can't have too many things going on. You need to narrow down your field. Unintegrated polarity. Suppressing shadow aspects such as fear, anger, and doubt divides the psyche, creating internal resistance. The universe responds to our whole vibration, not just the parts that you approve of. Shadow work is the gateway to manifestation. In the deeper mystery teachings, manifestation is not about acquiring. It is about becoming whole. The shadow self holds the repressed energy needed to fuel creation. When you integrate these hidden aspects, your magnetic field becomes unified. To manifest powerfully, you must reconcile light and dark within, embodying both the creator and the destroyer, the will and the surrender. Only then can your signal to the universe become pure and complete. An exercise that you can do: journal on what you fear might happen if your manifestation came true. Ask yourself, what am I unconsciously protecting myself from? The answer reveals the subconscious resistance keeping the outcome away. Energetic hygiene and alignment practices. Ground your energy daily through breath, sun exposure, and visualization of roots anchoring into the earth. Clear your field through salt baths, smoke cleansing, or visualization of the white light descending through your crown. Regularly recalibrate your emotional body through sound like chanting, mantra, frequency music, or silence. Before manifesting, enter into coherence. Breathe, release, feel safety, and visualize the outcome as already encoded into your energy field. By the way, you guys, I have a whole bunch of different videos on how to do all of these things, on shadow work, ego death, meditation, breath work, all of these things to help you if you're really wanting to get into this. I have plenty of other videos on these subjects. Okay, so manifestation is the art of inner coherence, not commanding reality, but harmonizing with it. It is the alchemy of aligning your nervous system, emotions, and energy field into a single resonant note that the universe cannot help but echo. The secret most do not know is that manifestation is not about getting. It's about remembering. You are not summoning something external. You are revealing what already exists in your quantum field by aligning your vibration to its truth. So a lot of people think that, okay, I want to manifest something, it's just going to manifest out of thin air, right? It's already in your field. It already exists in other dimensions. You just have to align your frequency with it. You don't chase it, reach for it, or try to manifest it out of thin air. It's basically you have to walk the path that's already there. It's almost kind of like switching timelines to get on the timeline with the manifestation that you desire. So that's like a common misconception. So you have to get your frequency in coherence with what it is that you want to manifest, and that's how that works. Okay, reflection prompts for integration. In what moments do I feel least safe to receive? What desires am I gripping on too tightly? So this is something that you can sit down and journal and ask yourself. Which subconscious beliefs or inherited programs still tell me I'm not ready? How can I regulate my nervous system daily to remain open to abundance? What part of me does not yet believe I deserve what I ask for? Where in my body do I feel the vibration of lack, and how can I bring safety to that space? Okay, so now we're going to get into the 7 stages. Okay, so the voiding, dissolving the old astral form. Before you can create a new reality, you have to empty the astral field where your current reality lives. Most people never manifest because they try to create new life inside of an already occupied energetic pattern. So the technique that you can do to do this. For 3 nights, sit in stillness and say, I release all outdated forms, identities, and energetic constructs that no longer serve the path ahead. Visualize your current identity, habits, and expectations dissolving into blackness. You are returning yourself to primordial, fertile void, the same chaos that creation emerges from in every mystical tradition. This makes you creatable. It resets the subtle body. This is a step vision boards never include. The descent into the desire body. Accessing the true will, not the ego's wants. Manifestation only works when it aligns with your true will or your soul's blueprint. The ego desires based on fear, lack, or fantasy. The soul desires based on evolution. Here's a technique to help with this. Drop your awareness into your solar plexus. then deeper into the sacral, then deeper into the womb, hara, below the navel. Ask this center, what is rising in me without permission? The true desire will feel like warmth, expansion, a tug forward, electricity, clarity, inevitability. This is your desire body speaking, not your mind. You cannot manifest what your mind wants. You can only manifest what your desire body has already chosen. The astral formation, creating the thought form on the astral plane. Before anything becomes physical, it must exist as a subtle form, a shape in the astral world. This is the part occultists call building the form. This is a technique. Close your eyes and see your desire as a symbol, not a picture. Symbols anchor astral energy far better than images. Examples, because this works on the subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind works completely in symbols, not in language, in images. Okay, this is very important when you're trying to manifest. So you can use a key, a flame, a door, a rising sun, a geometric pattern, an ancient sigil of your own creation. The symbol becomes the astral container for your manifestation, and you'll work with it repeatedly. The energetic charge. Imbuing the astral form with life force. Manifestation is not visualization, it's energization. Sorry about that. A thought form without charge is just a fantasy. A charged thought form becomes a living reality blueprint. Here's a technique for that. After you visualize the symbol, breathe into the lower belly. On each inhale, draw energy from the earth, your root, the base of the spine. On each exhale, send the energy into the symbol. You are feeding the thought form. Stop when you feel a humming, expansion, heat, tingling, or a silent pressure in your hands or chest. This means it's alive. This is a step most people skip, and the one that separates results from nothing. The anchoring into time. Alignment with your personal timeline. Energy without trajectory dissolves. Every manifestation must be tied to a timeline, not a date, but a developmental arc. Technique. Ask yourself, what version of me naturally lives in this reality? You are merging with a line of probability that contains your manifestation. This locks the thought form into a correct timeline. Without this, manifestations stay in the maybe realm. The offering to the field. Letting it go so the astral plane can assemble it. This is the occult mechanism behind the letting go. Advice, but deeper. You are not letting go of the desire. You are releasing control so your manifestation can interface with the fabric of reality. Say, it is done. It now unfolds in the right timing, right sequence, and right path. This sends the form outward to the astral currents where synchronicity begins assembling the path. The physical magnetization, becoming the gravitational center. Once released, you must align your body, habits, and nervous system with the coming reality. Not through hustle, through resonance. Technique. Choose one physical anchor that says, I'm already becoming the person who receives this. Why this works. Because it operates at the level where manifestation truly happens, the void. It clears the old astral debris, desire body, connects you to true will. Symbol creates the astral architecture. Charge gives it life. Timeline sets direction. Offering lets the universe interface with it. Embodiment anchors it into matter. This is how occultists, mystics, and initiates manifest real-world change. Not by hoping, not by wishing, not by vision boarding, but by building their reality in the unseen and then incarnating it into actual physical form. Okay, you guys, I hope this really helps. Let me know in the comments below if you guys have heard of these techniques before, if you've tried them and they work. I'd really like to know what you guys have to say about this, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for sticking around. Bye.